Do you have Davante and Joe in the building today?
We do. It's great to see those guys. They were fired up to be back, and yeah, just it's a huge benefit to this team.
Just from a personal perspective, have you talked to Aaron? Is he doing all right?
Yeah, he's doing well, and we'll just wait the sucker out.
Is he involved in the Zoom stuff at all, and can he help Jordan in any way?
I wouldn't. Yeah, he's not involved in this plan as much as he normally would be, obviously. But yeah, he's a great resource for Jordan. He's done a hell of a job, just mentoring him throughout this whole process. So I'm sure they'll talk prior to game.
Do you put him on Seattle or upcoming opponents? Talking about Aaron.
We always focus at one game at a time.
Okay, so even if the quarterback's not playing this week, you're not game planning ahead with
No.
him.
Matt, what's your understanding on how this investigation from the NFL looks like? Obviously, you said yesterday you feel confident with the protocols that have been followed, but what's that going to look like with the NFL looking into the matter?
Yeah, I have no information on the investigation.
Matt, are you 100% sure or feel that strongly that you guys did nothing wrong, didn't cut any breaks for Aaron in terms of the protocol?
As far as the football space is concerned, I'm 100% confident.
Matt, was Josh Myers' surgery on the finger or the knee that he had in Chicago?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about a guy's surgery. That was a mistake.
Are you guys still in the daily testing and intensive protocol, or no?
We are not.
Matt, with the Chiefs leading the league in giveaways, the turnover situation on offense for them, how do you approach that? Or sort of what's the line between trying to maybe force them to make a couple mistakes but not getting too overzealous about it that you hurt yourself defensively?
Yeah, I think on each individual play, everybody's got to play their responsibility to the best of their ability, and they either happen or they don't. I think when you try to force them is typically when bad things happen to you as a defense, or conversely, like when we're on offense and we try to force something, sometimes it can go the wrong way. So you just got to play the game true and, read your keys and play what you see and try to do it to the best of your ability.
With Bortles, is it just a matter of him having some familiarity with the offense? Simple as that.
Yeah, Blake's got a great foundation with what we have implemented. He's been in our building. He knows how to get us, fully operational. So he was by far the logical choice to bring back here.
What can you say about Davante Campbell being named NFC Defensive Player of the Month, and what he continues to bring to your defense?
Yeah, Dre's done a heck of a job. I think it's also a credit to all other 10 players around him playing at a really high level, but he's been such an added benefit from not only his play on the field, but what he brings to that room, to the defense, to our football team in the locker room.
And Matt, with some of the injuries in the secondary, what is, Adrian and Darnell, what they've given you on the back end kind of meant for this defense to be able to get through this first half of the season?
Well, they're just so consistent in terms of just the communication, helping other guys get aligned, whatever it may be. They're both very, very intelligent people, very intelligent football players, and they're just, they're so consistent. That's the best way I can describe both those guys.
How did Kevin look yesterday?
I think Kevin looked good. We weren't out there a long time, but I think he looked pretty good, and we'll continue to see how he progresses on a daily basis, see how he recovers from one day to the next, and see where he's at on game day.
Matt, do you have an idea, or did you even have an idea going into this week what Jordan likes? What plays, every quarterback I assume has plays that he really likes or that he's really good at. Did you have that coming into this week, or is now the time that you're meeting with him and talking about that?
I'd say that conversation has definitely been more important as we went through yesterday in terms of, once we got through practice, because the game plan was pretty much in at that point. Now we definitely had to tweak a few things, But more of those conversations came to light yesterday.
And I guess leading up to here, since he's running mostly scout team, do you really have a feel for, what he's really good at within your offense?
Well, yeah, because we had a whole off season with him. We had all at training camp. We got to see him play, in the games, in those preseason games. So I think we definitely have a much better feel for what we feel confident that he's going to be able to go out there and just have a comfort level with and be able to execute.
How much harder is this for a young quarterback to be making his first start on the road in a place that's known for noise as opposed to if he was able to make his first one at home?
Yeah, I think it's a great challenge for anybody going into that stadium. It's going to be, we know it's going to be loud. It always is loud there. So certainly that adds a layer of difficulty to the task at hand. But again, it's not just him. He's out there with 10 other guys, and the communication standpoint from an offensive perspective is absolutely imperative that we all have everybody on the same page, that they know this plan inside and out, because it is going to be tougher to communicate.
How important is leadership to have from the quarterback position, regardless of who it is? And with Aaron, the undisputed leader of this team, has Jordan had an opportunity to cultivate that? What kind of leader do you think that he is coming into Sunday?
Yeah, I would say, anytime you have a veteran like Aaron, it's not going to look or feel the same up to this point. You're dealing with a young player that, when you're in the same room as Aaron, you naturally kind of take a back seat to that. But I do think just in his time that we've seen a lot of growth in that area for Jordan. I think he's much more comfortable communicating with everybody. I think the guys, we're fortunate that we have a lot of great leaders, not only on our offense, but on this team that are going to rally around him. And so he doesn't have to burden all of that responsibility.
What is this report like with receivers he's going to be throwing the ball to on Sunday?
I think it's been great up to this point, but again, a lot of these guys that he'll be throwing to, he hasn't done it in the game with. So I think that's always something that you got to wait to see and go through those game reps.
Matt, are you sure that Davante can play on Sunday? Is there any limitation there?
Well, we're hopeful. There's a protocol that he's got to work through, and provided he's able to do that, then he'll play.
All right, let's go to Zoom. Sarah, go ahead.
Yep, we have two. Go ahead, Aaron Nagler.
Coach, with Jordan at the line of scrimmage, we saw this summer, the couple times we got to see him, he certainly had options at the line, things he was able to do within the offense. Given you're on the road, it is going to be a loud environment. How much of that is going to be on his kind of shoulders as far as being able to audible, but you want to make sure communication is clear?
Yeah, I think it's so situational. A lot of the stuff we have built into our offense where he can get to a second play or a minor adjustment, whatever it may be. But I do think it is going to be much more challenging to communicate that to the 10 other guys. But he's picked up so much experience, I think, watching Aaron operate over these last 2 years or whatever, that we feel that we kind of just force-fed him from the moment he got here, and he's done a great job of picking everything up. And I'm excited to see what he can do. I'm excited for his opportunity.
And last one, Stephen Watson.
Hey Matt, I know earlier you said you're 100% confident in following protocols inside the building. Can you explain why Aaron Rodgers would be allowed to be unmasked for those media availabilities?
That's not what I said. I said within our football space, meeting rooms, walk through everything we do in that area.
Are there different rules for media availability?
I don't pay attention to the media rules.